This is neuromechanics, the peroneal nerve glide. For the peroneal nerve glide, you want to make sure that once you're in position, it's really important that you keep the level of intensity at a 3 out of 10. Nerves don't like to be stretched aggressively, so we're just really gently tensioning the nerve and flossing it a little bit once it's tensioned. So just really pay attention to that as you go through the whole sequence of the peroneal nerve glide. You want to begin in a seated position. You're going to have one leg bent, and the leg that we're going to be working on is extended out in front of you. And just make sure that you feel nice and balanced and that you have the proper amount of support coming from whatever you're sitting on. What I'm going to do to begin tensioning the nerve is I'm going to curl my toes forward. Then I'm going to go into plantar flexion with inversion. Okay, now this is already probably a difficult position for you to hold. You might even feel some potential cramping starting to happen on the bottom of the foot. Over time that will go away, but if you are going to cramp, just back off a little bit on the end range of motion. Okay. Once I have toe flexion, plantar flexion, and inversion, I internally rotate at the hip. Okay, so I basically took my knee inward, and I'm also going to set my leg closer to the midline, which is adduction of the hip. Okay, now once I have all that locked in, I can start to think about what my upper body is going to do. Holding all of those elements, I slump my head and neck forward, slump my mid-back forward, and if I don't already have enough tension to work with here, finally I slump forward at the lumbar spine. Now I have my 3 out of 10 intensity. From here we can drive the stretch from a couple of different places. We can go to the knee, which is usually the one I teach first. Unlock, lock, unlock, lock. When I unlock, it takes neural tension away, and when I lock, it actually adds the neural tension. So I'm just getting a nice gentle stretch on the nerve. Okay? I can also drive my stretch from the ankle with little micro circles. This is much harder for people to do just because of the motor control and coordination that's required. Okay? I can also drive it from the hip. I can lift my leg off the ground and draw little micro hip circles. And that actually gives me a nice stretch through the nerve. Now, if you're not feeling the tension, what you can do is explore this a little bit with different motions of the spine. The motion that helps really find the tension is a combination of forward flexion of the spine with lateral flexion. So I'm actually laterally tilting myself away from the leg that I'm working on. That really gives me a good stretch. And I can just drive that from all the joints and relax, shake it out. Make sure you go back to your reassessment to see whether or not you're getting the intended result that you're looking for. And again, just make sure that with all of the neuromechanic drills, you maintain an intensity of 3 out of 10. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.